I'm Gabi Riseley. I'm owner and senior designer here at Henry Rose Interiors in Cambridge. I have been lucky enough to win Kbsa Bathroom Designer of the Year. This client was a middle-aged couple. There was no children in the house. It was a chalet bungalow. So we had to deal with the angles in the roof. We had to deal with the circular window that was letting light in from the front of the property. It was a big bathroom, but had some limitations on where we could place things due to height restrictions. Factor in the eaves. You have to bring the toilet out so far so that you've got the head height so that you're not banging your head then every time you go to the toilet. So you actually bring it in quite a bit to actually make it a usable space for the clients. This layout, the client had the toilet underneath that round window. So as soon as you opened the door, you saw the toilet, which they absolutely hated. Loved the round window, hated the fact that the toilet was there. And you can't really swap the basin and the toilet over, because then with the basin, you couldn't put a mirror above it because of the round window. So literally we did a completely swap round. So the bath was on the wall where the vanity now is, and the vanity and the WC were on the window wall. So we literally swapped everything around. So as soon as you open the door, you've got that lovely view of that freestanding bath, the circular window, and the client didn't have the toilet to look on, which there was the one part that they were adamant they didn't want. Starting point for us was, listening to the client, listening to exactly what they wanted. They wanted a wow bathroom with feature tiles, but didn't want colour. They didn't want a big splashy bathroom, but they still wanted something fairly wow. So I think we captured that. It's a neutral bathroom, neutral tiles. We picked a tile that had a 3D effect tile to match it. So we could create that feature tile for them and give it that wow factor. So the shower was pretty much set in where it can go in that alcove. So there was the alcove there, the round window and the slope. They were the constrictions that we had. So pretty much the placing of the shower was like for like. We added a recess in there for a little bit of an extra wow factor. And then, just swapping things around. And we had to build the wall out where the toilet is to enable that head height. The biggest challenge was moving everything around and enabling that head height. That is one of the restrictions. So it was kind of like, did you put the bath there, then the toilet? It kind of enabled us to utilize that short wall, short height wall, if you like, for the WC, and give us a couple of wow factors. The wow factor of the bath when you walked in, and then when you turned round, that lovely freestanding 3D wall then for the vanity to go on. I don't think I do have a signature style. I do try and get orange in wherever I can, which thankfully these clients liked. So, but other than that, I think a lot of it is just listening to the client. We do try and steer clients to add in some lighting. So all of that lighting that's in that design, all of the feature lighting comes on separately. So that if you're going to the toilet in the middle of the night, you're not having to put the great big massive bright lights on to wake you up completely. So we do try and steer clients to utilize some feature lighting somewhere, but one to give it a pop, and the other then in the middle of the night, you've actually got a way to see yourself to the toilet and back again without waking yourself up. The challenging part was creating, I think, the wow factor for them without a statement tile. Because normally you change the tiles in the shower area or behind the basin and have a bright, vibrant colour or a shaped tile to give it that wow factor. They did not want that. They were categorical that they did not want any coloured pop tile in there in whatsoever. They wanted a fairly neutral, but still with a statement. So I think that was a little bit difficult of creating a neutral bathroom that was a statement bathroom. It kind of doesn't really go hand in hand that easily. Clients loved all of the lighting. He likes to relax in the bath. So he literally says they don't actually turn the main lights on anymore. They literally just use the feature lighting. That main light has not gone on since we've changed it. So there's enough light there. You can change it between the cool white and the warm white. So in the evenings, the warm white's on. So it's a nice relaxing place. And then when she needs to do her makeup or get ready, the kind of cool light comes on to give it that extra light in there. But the lighting is the bit that they love as well. For me, I absolutely love the 3D wall behind the vanity unit. Sanding that off, having that feature 3D tile on there and having the feature lighting down the back of it to actually make it stand out even more than just having the standard is you just put the tiles up behind it and the changing tiles. So having that stand forward and then that recessed lighting behind, I really love that one. When clients come in, we do recommend that they do have a look at Pinterest, they do have a look at through the magazines and come with a slight idea of at least a colour scheme or a scheme that they'd like. So some people come in and say they like monochrome, some people say they want a pop of colour. Just a wish and a won't list, if you like. So we wish we could have this, but we don't want that. We won't like having orange in the bathroom for sake, and I don't turn them away for that, but I do try and warn them to an orange. Yeah, it's one of those things where every bathroom is unique to each client. There's no right scheme or colour scheme for anyone. It is exactly what they want. So having a little bit of understanding of the wishes and won'ts is a good idea when they come in.